I'm driving.
Hey, you're always multitasking.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I did not rob the bank. And I sure as fuck would not be in Clovis, New Mexico if I did rob a bank and got away with it.
I don't know. I
I'd
feel
be in
like I
fucking
might be.
Georgia. I wouldn't. I'd be straight getting my ass to Georgia. Fuck that shit. Fuck staying out here.
Yeah, why are you even out there?
Henry's dad was in the military, and he got out of the military just back in what was it, 2020, I guess. So that's what brought me out here.
Okay.
And I stayed because I don't want to take. I should curse.
Yeah. Gotta be responsible and shit, apparently.
Well, I gotta be nice, I guess. Today.
I mean, if you say so, I don't think that's ever the case.
It's too much to be nice. Like, it's hard being nice.
It's also really fucking easy to be an asshole to people because everybody's sensitive.
Tell me about it.
Sensitive.
Tell me about it. Are you cold? Well, we know you're jacketless. Oh, I just added her.
That's good. Josie's...
I didn't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I was just about to click it, and I was like, oh, shit, there she is. Josie's in here early. Everybody's in here early. I literally just started the lives.
Well, I got the Facebook, notification thing, and it was like, I clicked on Facebook, and it opened it up, and I was like, oh!
Okay.
We're not eating right now. We gotta go to Walmart, so, yeah! Uh-oh. Let's answer.
Yeah, adventure.
We eat here until 1 o'clock.
They don't even stay open till 1 o'clock, Henry.
What if we stay here?
Your Walmarts don't stay open late anymore?
No, not since COVID.
Stupid.
Will you get a buggy, Henry?
What up, yeah, you feeling any better?
I feel like ass, but I'm a little bit better.
Okay.
My throat still feels raw as shit, and I'm weak and shaky, and still peeing out my butt.
Dope. That sounds fucking awful. Are you at work or are you at home?
I'm at work. I was off work yesterday from both jobs and off work from my day job today.
Dog, how can you be pissing out your ass and at work?
Stop dragging your feet. I hate that sound.
I have a toilet in my office.
Okay. Oh. I mean, as long as you've got toilet nearby and you can tough it out.
The problem is I had a loss of appetite, so I only ate chicken noodle soup and drank a ton of Pedialyte for the last couple days. So there's nothing really to come out but liquid.
It is your fault because you picked them out.
That sucks. Yeah. I'd recommend stepping up your fiber today. Eat a bunch more bread.
I have a whole bunch of Ritz crackers I'm about to force myself to eat.
Dope. It's much better to, vomit chunks out of your ass than it is to just pee.
Huh?
Tell me about it.
Yep.
I do not like the flu. It's going around property and it's going around my house.
It's been going around fucking everywhere. I'm really surprised none of the other hosts have gotten sick yet.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 of the residents have the flu here. And then my dad had it, my mom had it, my youngest son had it, I have it.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry.
If
Why
your
don't
life
you-
wasn't so hard, I'd wish the flu on you. But you know,
I've never had the flu or a cold or strep
You've
throat.
never had flu?
well, we're not
No.
getting any younger, Stacy, so it will happen eventually. I never had the flu either, but here I am.
Wow.
I'm older than dirt. My son says, but I'm gonna be 35, and I've never had anything. I've never even had an ear infection.
You know what it is? It's all those animals you
Jeez.
have and all their germs that keep you healthy.
Yeah.
Henry has been sick so much, and so has Frank, and Frank got COVID.
And then I got COVID.
Yeah.
He
Well,
didn't get COVID.
Stacy, you are some kind of freak in nature. I don't feel like you're a
It's-
real person now.
It's all the animals she has that she loves on all the time that have all the germs. They keep her healthy.
Not my mom.
Stop, Henry.
Oh, fuck off. Like, that shit's ridiculous. I was on an island around dead fish all the time, and I got sick constantly, so I don't think it's the
I never
animals.
I never got sick really until I got sober.
Yeah, well, that's because we were constantly washing disinfectant down.
Yeah, true. Where's that 90 proof at? Where's that 80 proof at?
Uh-huh. Like, give me the things that catch on fire. Those are the things that I need inside of me, apparently.
Can I light this with a lighter, blow out the fire, and then drink it? Cool.
Yeah, that was, like, my main thing, is, like, that's all I needed, were things that could catch on fire, and I needed them in me.
Yeah, flaming shots. Hell yeah.
Yeah. As long as my vomit was also flammable by the end of the night, I was good. Oh, we have some kind of spam going on. Oh,
M.I.M. Yeah.
oh, that's pretty dope.
Go.
We've got a
Go.
porn spammer on YouTube.
Do we? Are they linking big black cocks?
No, they're linking a porn website called XXX69.biz.
I can't do
Oh,
that.
Wow.
No,
Need to get two.
We're not killing.
no. I'm gonna put this user in timeout. Dope. So glad that happened. That's probably the weirdest thing that we've had happen on YouTube so far, besides the special needs Christian rapper.
Oh, they're right here.
Were you here for that one?
No, look. Every time I went to YouTube, it was dead the whole time.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh,
I don't know what happens, but fucking every time I'm on YouTube, it's something fucking ridiculous every single time.
they liked you, Chris.
I don't know why. I don't even talk that good.
Henry, stop.
Really?
I said stop.
Josie, are you still outside?
Say what?
Why are you still outside?
Because I'm vaping. That's why. And I'm somewhere I can't vape inside. That's why. I have layers on beyond layers.
Okay. We're getting into
I'm
winter
warm.
storm season.
No. Trust me. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm outside right this second because I just ate and I want to vape.
Okay.
So I'm good. I'm actually warm. I'm sweating because I have too many layers on. So there you go.
Okay.
If that makes you feel better.
That does make me feel a bit better. Because I just got a whole bunch of text messages about winter weather advisories and you're chilling outside.
Oh, yeah. I'm good. Not chilling outside for long. Trust me.
To get below zero tomorrow here.
Yeah, we're going to be -4 for like the next 3 days.
We have
Fuck
storm
that.
advisories here. I don't know when it's starting, but I know tomorrow me and my homies are doing some stuff to get ready for it.
Yeah, well, it's not my first rodeo. I still have all my gathering food supplies because I literally didn't have time to eat this gathering. So,
Wow, why?
I just don't get it.
we were working the
I'm not
recovery tent.
I don't give a
We
fuck
didn't
what
have
people
time
think
to
about me.
stop for anything.
Stop, son.
You still need to eat,
Stop.
though. That doesn't
Stop
count
it.
as an excuse not to eat.
I,
Stop.
you let me know when you have time to sit down and cook me a meal, and I will eat that. Because I didn't have time to do that.
Who sits to make things? That's ridiculous.
I'm
Stop
fucking
it.
lazy. I think D went to the bathroom. His screen went white.
Stop.
Oh, suppositories. Dope.
We'll make you laugh on this. Stop. Stop it.
Stacy, embarrass Henry some more at the store.
Oh, you want me to embarrass you?
Oh yeah.
Stop it. All right, let's go check out. Stop, Henry. Let's check out.
So the meeting
Yes,
still
we are.
doesn't start for like 20 minutes and all of the regulars are here. Except for Dave and Bricks, who haven't been around recently.
Pick your feet up, damn it. Stop laughing. God damn it, stop it. Sit and stop being so weird, Mom. Frank will be back either the 10th or the 11th. That means we're going to fight. Stop, Henry. No, I don't trust you. I don't stop it.
Stacy, stop stealing everything at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Shh. Somebody's got to do it. She can't trust me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Stop, Henry.
I cannot wait for Frank to be back.
God, I can't either.
Uh-huh.
Finally shop alone. I will not be shopping alone, but Frank will be there too, so you won't get away with shit.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Knock some sense into them kids. Keep them in line.
It's only one.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one.
Mm-hmm.
Stop, Henry, stop. No, it's not.
So, Josie, how's your day?
Interesting. I was trying to go back to sleep this morning and then my friend wanted to do a bunch of craziness and organize and wanted my help. And I was like, really? I didn't want to move anymore.
Oh, I love that. Wake up
Yeah.
and please have organized thoughts? Amazing.
Yeah, organized thoughts, even though I didn't want to have organized thoughts, they work nights and then was like, no, I need your help. I'm awake. I was like, I want coffee. It's too cold. And they're like, ooh, coffee and then organizing.
Oh, that sounds so good. I just end up breaking things when it's time to organize.
Well, organizing has been done slowly.
Oh no, it's never slow with me. It's a hard and fast. Why are you laughing?
Because that sounds so wrong with everything else I've had to hear lately. That's all.
What were you hearing? That sounds way more interesting than what I said.
I don't know. Too many things all the time. And just the nonsense level of music that everyone I've been around because it's cold has been on.
Oh, what has it been like? Nothing but Mickey Avalon's penis song?
Pretty much, or butt songs, or penis songs, or anything like that. Yeah, pretty much.
That's wonderful.
But yeah, that's what happens when it's cold.
Why does cold immediately become sexual?
I don't know if you know this. I'd love to know.
Yeah, like being cold does not
You
make
know,
me
it's
want to
it's
do
it's
anything.
yeah. You know, it's like, come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah.
No, you don't get any fire because I'm a full-on turtle over here because it's -2 degrees.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Uh, what is the temperature here now that you're going on about that?
Oh, God.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Audio.
I don't feel like Bing Crosby has that power anymore.
I
Oh,
don't like Christmas music, so
I fucking hate Christmas in general.
yeah, I'm a bah humbug spirit. People don't like that, but you know.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
My coworkers started putting Christmas decorations out before Thanksgiving, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna start Halloween in September next year.
Yeah, exactly. The fuck is this?
that's what I do. Start it around my daughter's birthday because it's fun and because I
I
can get away with it.
literally, I've never taken down any decorations I've ever put on my house.
So your house is covered in decorations?
No, there's literally a spider on my front porch because I haven't been home for a Halloween in like 15 years.
No, you're not.
Well, you have to think, man,
You
like,
get books in my car. I'll fucking
we've
punch you in
been
the
working
goddamn
Hollow
throat.
Wickeds forever.
Well, I mean, if you kept just putting Halloween decorations up, then you would have all types of random people come to your house for no reason because nobody would ever be home.
Oh, you know, that's funny because we totally had like jack-o'-lanterns out front this year, and we had somebody that was supposed to hand out candy that didn't come to the house to collect candy. So I'm sure we did actually have a bunch of random people come to my front door and be upset. I have also been really thinking about getting one of those like 15-foot skeletons that Home Depot has, and just leaving that up all year round.
Oh, put this in the front.
What about your blade?
I don't know. I just been going around going, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
My swords are too far away. Hold on.
Motherfucker. Alright.
What did your mother have to do with this?
Because I said, motherfucker.
What does your mother have to do with this?
See? Yeah, Mom. Why are you talking about your mom like that? I'm not talking about my mom.
Yeah. There you go, D. Fancy knife.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
That sounds
Yeah.
weird.
That's nice.
It's the box cutter from the warehouse.
That's not a box cutter.
Oh, that's what we use to open up all the DCG con boxes. Because I'm the
I mean,
only
you could
one...
use it as that. That's definitely a blade worthy of throwing at someone or
Yes.
something.
God bless America. From sea to shining sea, go!
Watching Stacy get angry is like my favorite pastime now.
Who doesn't get a little road rage during the holidays?
Me.
There's idiots out everywhere that shouldn't be.
Oh, that's how I feel
That's
about...
why it's better in the woods.
Uh-huh. But
At least not like
that's how I feel about everybody that drives a car at this point, is they really probably shouldn't.
Mom, you're so lucky you don't like me in video games. Oh, God. I'm good. I'm good. That's good, Mom. I know how to fucking drive. Sometimes. Oh, shit. Fuck off, Henry.
Yeah, Henry,
I went
shut
up too
up.
far.
So glad that this is the pre-meeting meeting, and the after-meeting meeting is going to be so much worse. You're just gonna talk shit about Henry?
Hey, you know what would happen? You know what would help Stacy with her road rage?
Hmm.
Come on.
Cheetos and Dr. Pepper.
Of course. I'm not Cheetos. It's fucking Oreos.
Yeah. Get your facts right, D. It's gotta be the
Did you
Oreos
lock
and
it?
the Dr. Pepper.
No, last time she was in the car, it was Cheetos
That
and
sounds
Dr.
dangerous together in the car.
Henry!
Mhm.
Stop!
What's your favorite road snack, Josie?
Lately I'm addicted to Takis.
I love Takis.
Really?
Yup.
How are you like a 12-year-old now?
Pepper. Yeah, my
Why?
11-year-old
I'm a
loves the
12-year-old?
Takis.
Yeah,
Because
the
I
the
I'm 12-year-old.
was gonna
only
say I like ones that are spicier. I've actually challenged other people to the other chips, but it downfalled because they were dum dums. But I still want to do it.
the only people I know that eat Takis haven't hit puberty yet.
You can make food with Takis, so they're still good.
Yes, Stacy?
Put some nacho cheese on some Takis.
Exactly.
So last year we made fried chicken with cheese puffs.
That sounds good.
We processed them down in a food processor, tossed them in the cheese, deep fried them. So good. I was so fat. I do get kind of weird in the kitchen, believe it or not. And secretly I am a fat kid. Even though I know I don't look it.
I like cooking, and I give Frank a beer belly, but it's because I cook with a lot of butter. So he gets the stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm all like,
Uh-huh. Well, that's because we do stuff. And Frank sits around 18 hours a day and plays Pokemon.
true. Only when he's deployed. Hi.
Maybe he
Eat
should
your
play a
Ritz
different
cracker.
Pokemon game that moves.
What did you put? Oh, you got your spray cheese. Okay.
Cheese whiz.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit. Can we have the back one?
Cheese
very back
Whiz
one is
only goes on Philly cheesesteaks.
No, sit over here. Alright, and right back to get the drink order. Okay. I got the order paid. You're fine. Another one to take.
It's the best on a Philly, but it doesn't only go on a Philly.
What, Henry?
Well, that's like the only thing I would put in my mouth with Cheese Whiz. Just
Pretty
saying.
good with Ritz cracker. Listen.
I don't really like crackers.
Yeah, me neither. I hate those white people. Just joking.
Stacy, stop it.
Look, I've been deprived, so some comments just go right there.
I can make it so much worse.
Bring it.
You're not ready for that yet.
You have no idea what I'm ready for.
Oh my god. Okay.
She's trying to get prepared for when Frank gets home.
Yeah, I know. It's just going to be a slip and slide. We know what this is.
Well, it's like, I had my hysterectomy in December of last year. Then Frank left in January. When he came home for the gathering, he was only here for 2 months, and it was all gathering all day, all the time.
Yeah.
And then he left.
Well, make sure you're dilating and are plenty prepared.
Oh. I don't know. No.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
He couldn't like stay up with me.
Okay. Understood.
We'll see though, because it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I know.
Anything now, like my back hurts because of the migraine meds that they gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I take it makes from here all the way to here, like, fucking hurt. Hurts to pick it up, hurts to move.
Mm-hmm.
I get migraines very easy.
Yeah, which meds did they put you on?
Sertraline.
Okay. Yep. It's almost like a paralysis when the pain hits. I know that one. Yeah. Well, is what it is.
It sucks. Like, in all honesty, because then when I have my friend's daughter that y'all saw one time in that video,
Mm-hmm.
I hold her with my left arm, and I can't. And when I hold her with this one, it's all freaking awkward.
Yeah.
Body's used to holding kids over here.
No, I understand.
It's just, I hate it. And then they're supposed to be putting me on another med for my chronic back pain and my knee pain. So, and it might be surgery.
Oh, wonderful. I just really want robot parts. I'm tired of surgeries. Oh.
I'm not turning. Is that Nate?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know who that was. That's why I didn't accept it.
Hey, Dizzle.
Yeah. That is the Nate. Oh.
And on.
And he left. Boo.
Not who you're thinking of. Do you know what?
Oh, there's
what?
Nate.
Hey, Dizzle.
Nate.
My bad, getting used to the buttons.
Uh-huh. It's okay. We're making inappropriate jokes at Stacy.
Want it? Okay. I'll see
DD, don't push the button.
Uh-huh.
Okay. On.
What? No, I just told Nate that's what we're doing. At some point, it's happening.
Okay. Your internet should be on. Okay, let's try it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, our normal YouTube commenter is back. That isn't the porn one. That's pretty cool.
I don't know what's going on, Henry.
The porn guy only made that comment because he was watching Stacy climb to the top shelf.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's her fault.
Yeah. This has been live the whole time.
Oh no, I thought the buggy was facing away from me.
Oh no. We get to see everything.
Yeah, you were climbing to the shelf, and then we got a spammer sending us porn links.
Yeah. You triggered a spam bot.
My bad.
All right. Hello.
So you're getting a
new person. All right.
That doesn't take.
We still got 2 minutes until meeting actually starts. So today we are doing a first day out, and it's going to be focusing on the troubles of getting into relationships early in recovery. What up, Ernie?
So I will have nothing really to say about this, but I will say.
It's fine. I'm sure you will have something in there. It can apply.
6 years sober?
Yeah, something like that.
I have his, he told me, he was like, you need to know that you're special. And I was like, why? And he gave me his 5-year chip.
Okay. Fancy.
I'm like, that's nice. What does it mean?
At some point, Frank still owes me a chip.
What year?
I don't fucking know at this point. I don't actually keep count.
I don't either. I just let him tell me what year he's on.
Yeah.
I think he's years this year. It'll be 10 next year.
I mean, I'm well past the 10-year mark, and at that point, like, it just doesn't matter. It's my daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is now 8:30. We can officially start the real meeting. So uh, we're doing ICP's song "First Day Out." The idea behind the song reminds me people in early recovery need to remember that they need to focus on themselves and their own healing before getting into a relationship. While relationships can be a source of support and happiness and all the sexy times, it can also be a source of stress and conflict. And that's not really ideal when you're first trying to get used to the idea of what early recovery is. I'm actually going to start the recording. I forgot to do that shit too. Alright. So, even though it's that source of stress and conflict, it's important to be mindful that this is the time where you're supposed to be building your foundation that kind of shapes the entire arc of your sobriety. So, you need to be focusing on what your daily routines are, what it is that you're trying to do to cope when you do get into stressful situations. And for a lot of us, we automatically go to the next closest person to us, which for a lot of us, we look for that comfort, that support, that structure in the form of a relationship because that's all we've known most of our lives. But that can cause a lot of turbulence, which most of us in this room have seen with people in that early recovery. It only takes one fuck up in a relationship to really kind of crumble the basis of a lot of people's sobriety. And that's why in like your AAs, your NAs, and rehabs, they recommend that you don't try to date for that first year. Because that first year is all about you. It's all about you learning how you have to handle the situations. It's all about you learning the ways that you have to cope with your own stress. It's not time to throw somebody else into the mix. And that's one of those things that we've seen time and time again where people fuck up because, that's the one thing they think they can carry over from their life drinking and drugging into a life of sobriety. But it's only that first year that really matters. One of the main reasons that it can be helpful to avoid getting into relationships during the early stages of recovery is because this is a time when a person is still learning how to navigate their sobriety and build a new foundation for their life. They may be dealing with challenges in managing their addiction as well as any underlying mental health issues or personal problems that contributed to their substance abuse. It can be overwhelming to try to handle all of these issues while also navigating the complexities of a romantic relationship. Additionally, when being in a relationship can often be a source of stress and conflict, which can be particularly difficult for somebody who is trying to maintain their sobriety. They may be struggling with feelings of shame, guilt, or low self-esteem, and a relationship can bring these issues up and cause additional stress. It's important for people in recovery to focus on their own healing and growth and to take time and work on themselves and build up their own resilience before trying to navigate the challenge of a romantic relationship. And that's really the basis of why it's such a big struggle. It's fine to have personal relationships. It's fine to have friendships. It's even fine to have just friends with benefits, especially in that early stages. But when you try to tie emotions to these people, it becomes something that can become very unstable, especially when you're not a stable person during that time period. We just had a guy in here who was just a couple of weeks clean, was in a relationship, and then his relationship fell apart, and now he's out on a bender and is going to have to start all the way over if he can get back to that, just because his stability was bounced and he wasn't stable enough to bounce back. Now, I'm going to open it up to the room and see if anybody else wants to comment on that. I'm sure Dee's got plenty of experience with that, being that he works inside of the recovery world. He's talking. Anybody else want to talk on that? I can probably keep bullshitting for a minute.
Yeah, just give me about 5 minutes and then I'll join in.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, so working with people in recovery and watching other sponsors and whatnot, yeah, it's highly recommended not to start any new relationships, serious ones in your early days of recovery, just because you really should be working on yourself and finding like your people in the recovery world. When I realized I needed to get, sober, I had lost my wife. She left with the kids, and I went into, program right away, and we agreed that we would go at least 6 months without, being together, because we both needed to work on ourselves. Because the other side of the addiction coin too is the people in your lives that have to deal with you. So they go to like Al-Anon and they have their own program. And so she was working on herself. I was working on myself. So, I just focused on my program and myself for 6 months before we got back together. And even then we started out slowly again. We started dating again, and, kind of mending those fences, like, as we went along. And, I started reevaluating other relationships in my life during that time as well, because to remain sober, I had to be around like-minded people, and, hanging out with people that, are not there yet wasn't going to be the best solution for me. So I had a lot of opportunity to, look at that, look at my relationships, work on it with my wife. We started over again, and it was probably one of the best moves, in the early stages, because you're able to just focus on yourself. Because in my addiction, in mine personally, I didn't even really know like what was really good for me, what was healthy. I didn't know, like, I didn't want to work out every day. I didn't want to take care of myself. I wanted to just lay around and eat garbage and do whatever I wanted to do. And so I just relearned like how to live. So yeah, awesome topic, guys. So that's it for me for now.
All right, thanks for sharing, Nate. It's just one of those things about relationships, especially dealing with addicts, is they have huge codependency issues. And like that happens. We're dependent on our party friends that always want to party. We're dependent on our dealers to get us our shit. And it's part of the life that we've lived, and getting into another relationship where somebody is so dependent on you that that's what you base your entire life around instead of your own sobriety, you end up having a lot of issues. Okay, Stacy's got some shit to say about codependency.
Yes. So I realized that it honestly, even fresh in a relationship, Bryant, he's probably going to want to hurt you. Fresh in a relationship, even after, your newbie status, I guess you could say, Frank and I were in a relationship for like a year, and he was 6 years sober.
Mm-hmm.
And he was horribly codependent, and I'm not. And, dealing with the fact that I'm not in recovery and he is, like, I was not ready for that jolt. because it got bad. And, so I have to constantly tell him, like, hey, you can do this by yourself. You're good. You're gone. You got it. You got it, man. Because it was like I couldn't do anything without him. Where are you going? Can I go with you? And then, how long are you going to be gone? No, 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 no. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to put up. You're not going to control everything. I will give you what you need to know because you're getting to the point that you need to know every single second of everything and everybody I'm hanging out with. I can't have that. I like my privacy. In a relationship or not, I like my privacy and I want you to be able to have the freedom to do whatever you need to do. That's going to AA meetings, running a meeting, or doing whatever. But the avenue of you making everything about me is not healthy for you or me. Got to have her space, but it was hard for him to realize that, even 6 years in.
Oh yeah, it's something that is kind of hard to tackle because the idea of codependency isn't specifically tackled inside of AA, NA, or any of the 12-step programs because it's not something that comes up the way that it really should because it's something that we see on a constant basis because we're always looking for that control. We're looking for that structure, and that has to come from everybody around us, especially for the people that are so used to these structured environments, like the fresh out of jail or fresh out of rehab or fresh out of working hard 12 steps. They're so used to this structure of everything being checked in, everything being the way that it is, that when something is even slightly out of it, it can throw everything off and that crumbles their reality.
I noticed that from the get-go. I didn't realize that was a codependency thing at first. I thought it was really cute. He was all about like, what are you doing? Where are you at? And I was like, sweet, like I like this. Nobody's ever done that before. But then it didn't stop. Like the honeymoon phase, you're getting a relationship, you got the honeymoon phase, you're all lovey-dovey and can't wait to see each other. And then, the honeymoon phase goes away. So I thought we never had one. It was reality all day because both of us, were like, no, this is what we need and da-da-da-da. Well, I didn't realize that him texting me and asking me what I'm doing, all this codependency, until I was out with friends and he got mad because I wasn't answering him.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a common thing. It's something that it needs to be talked about because it's an issue. D, you can go ahead.
I mean, all right. So anybody who's an alcoholic or an addict has codependency problems. It's very obvious. We're codependent on a drug. We're codependent on family and friends to get by. We're codependent on a job or anything else to keep us going when we're out there, right? So like the whole thing, like men with men, women with women, or whatever, when you first get sober, until you work your steps or your first year or whatever, is like why it's suggested is because when you're in that healing process, usually like a lot of harm is done to the opposite sex and in personal relationships, right? So like it's not suggested you go through the steps with the same sex sponsor because going through your fifth step after writing a fourth step is like pouring your soul out to somebody and it creates these emotional attachments or whatever. So there's the reasons behind that or whatever. I mean, I've seen opposite sex sponsors, but only in like the LGBTQ setting or whatever. But like the best thing probably for me is like my first like 11 months, me and my wife now were split up. Like she left me and like we were done. Like I didn't see that getting back together, but that first 11 months, like I totally surrounded myself with people that had multiple years of sobriety that were doing the damn thing, that were happy and at peace, and they're all joking and having fun and living their best lives. But in the meetings, they were talking about the solution and what got them sober and how they're staying sober. Right. So those were the network of people I found myself like flocking to, because that's what I was trying to find it. And when I first got sober, I never knew what like being at peace or comfortable in my own skin was, or being happy. Like that's what I was trying to find when I first got sober. So I found that group of people, and I went through the steps process, and eventually with time, like everybody noticed like the changes before I actually noticed most of my own changes, and the way I perceived like the world and people started to change, and the way I felt about myself started to change. And one day, like I was coming back from seeing my kids with my wife, and we'd been sleeping around or whatever, but we're not together. And she's like, "You're basically my boyfriend." And I'm like, "No, the fuck I'm not." And she's like, "Well, we're sleeping around." I'm like, "Doesn't matter." Anyway, she asked me back out, and we've been together since then, and we got married. But basically, like when we got back together, kind of similar with like Nate, it had to be like a fresh start. Like that time apart was like a growing process, and when we got back together, there had to be like ground rules and a fresh start, and not using like our whole 10 years of history against each other, because that wasn't going to make the relationship any healthier, and that's what we're trying to have, is a healthy relationship and a healthy family, relationship, not the toxicity that was before when I was drinking and drugging. So
Well, I mean that's kind of the whole thing is when you're.
and then
Go
oh,
ahead.
that's the other thing about working in the recovery setting and being heavy in the rooms. I see so many new people. They don't even know who they are yet. They have this hole inside themselves and find the next good looking thing and think that this is going to be their rest of their life. And like you said, like they're not ready for it. So as soon as that relationship hits south, they're either both out or one of them's out. And next thing you know, there's people dying. People are dying left and right these days. And the opiate fentanyl fucking crisis ain't getting any better. And it's the younger generation that I see it with a lot too. They get into a relationship and it doesn't turn out how they hoped it would be, and it crushes them because they have nothing else higher than that person or that substance to hold to. And when you're not healed yourself and you ain't found something higher than a drug or a person to lean into, you're kind of just fucked at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I mean that's one of the things that I don't feel like we tackled in this one. We need to also talk about how important it is to have your community. Because, you can't completely shun your social life. But the idea of going out and being social specifically to go bust a nut, that's fine. You go bust a nut, but you start catching feelings and you're more likely to have a stumble. It's almost better to just be abstinent or literally just have that one person you can go and bust a nut with and not try to establish any kind of real relationship.
In South Florida, we'll tell you to practice the 3 M's:
What's that?
meetings, meditation, and masturbation. Do that for your first year. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean that is solid advice. It's just it sounds like common sense to us that have been doing it for so long, but when you don't have that solid base, trying to get into that romantic shit, trying to get into a
I
relationship is just asking to stumble.
I guess it all depends on your background and where you're from. Like, I mean, because I've been on and off with the same woman so long, like I don't want to fucking build a new life with fucking nobody. I don't want to invest my time and energy. So when I got sober and we weren't, I wasn't, she done shot me down the couple times I asked her out in early sobriety. I gave up on that, was just kind of like doing my own thing. And I wouldn't have ended up hooking up with nobody else because I just couldn't picture investing that same kind of energy into nobody else. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Like I've known middle school. Like I don't have that. Like if anything was gonna happen besides her, it'd have been like, just fucking pay bills.
Yeah. Now, does anybody else want to add in anything else before we end the recording? We're going to keep the room open, but we're going to get off live and the recording process. Yes, Stacy.
So I wondered about and this is kind of where I have a hard time asking Frank, because of the relationship with him. But Bryant told me, well, trying to like give advice, which I'm always open to, and I had to tell Frank one time, I'm like, bitch, leave our past in the past. Stop bringing it up. Because if you're going to bring up what I've done in general and try to throw it in my face, trying to ruin the relationship, I was like, we're not going that route. And if it wasn't for something Bryant said, and I said it to Frank since he's been deployed, and I said, when you come home, anything that happened before you left for that deployment, if it has nothing to do with our bills or our house, you need to not bring it up. Same for me. Because all it is bringing up bad shit.
I mean, that's smart. Nate also's got his hand up. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I don't know, Stacy, what you've been to or not, but what my wife did was she went to Al-Anon and the Al-Anon program. And when she first went, I was like, well, why do you need a program? Like, you're not the fucking problem. Like, don't, like, why are you punishing yourself? Because I looked at it as a punishment. But she went and she explained that, it's about working on yourself. And she learned a bunch of tools on how to deal with my stupid ass in the Al-Anon program. So, it does help to have your own program, to coincide that works well with his program too. I mean, so I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but that would be my suggestion, is to check out, a program. Like it'd be cool to, go in there and see how other people are dealing with people like us, because the addict or alcoholic or whatever is not an easy person to deal with. And you sound a little bit different the way you were talking, but most of the Al-Anon people that I've encountered, they're the ones that are codependent. They're the ones that are, hovering. They want to control everything. And, that leads like to problems in relationships just in general. So, it might help to hit up your own program. But
yeah, I've been out before, and out here where we are in New Mexico, it really sucks because a lot of people just leave people that have addiction problems and don't try to fix things. I've been to a meeting out here, but I do one online. My dad was a raging alcoholic, and he was very physically abusive. And I quit talking to him when I was 7. And I was like, I will never deal with somebody who's an alcoholic. Fuck that shit. And then I married one. And I realized how, different it is dealing with someone who is in recovery. I have friends that are still addicted to stuff that I have to keep at, arm's length, because I don't want anybody else that's in recovery to relapse being around them. So it's like trying to find the happy medium, make sure that everything's okay for Frank and I is better for me than to be, mean and critical and putting him down and trying to control him, because I don't like being controlled. So therefore, I'm not going to control my husband, or at the time,
right.
the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
no, that's good. That's good. That was just my suggestion. That's what I noticed that it's worked for my wife and whatnot. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Nate, you did also bring up an interesting point that I didn't think to bring up before, is that if you're already in a relationship when you go into recovery, there's also that potential for your partner to become that helicopter partner that's constantly trying to micromanage every aspect of your own struggle and recovery. And that can be just as damaging as, being single or being in a fresh relationship. Because that's not teaching you how to grow. That's making you react to how other people want you to act. Yeah. Go ahead, D.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I had a phone call, so I got booted.
Yeah.
The other thing though is codependency isn't all about the hovering and the monitoring and babysitting. Codependency is about not knowing personal boundaries and wanting to help and fix everybody else while not spending time to help and fix yourself, which that is Stacy. She's a helper and a fixer and puts herself on the back burner. I was saying about Al-Anon and codependency, it's not all about hovering and monitoring. It's about wanting to help and fix other people and not knowing your own personal boundaries and spending time helping and fixing yourself.
Sure that.
Sorry, guys, got to bounce. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
All right, Nate. Have a
Later,
good night.
Nate.
All right, and I think with that, I feel like we've tackled a pretty wide plethora of the debacles of dating and being in relationships in early recovery. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add in?
So, not just in relationships, but the other thing I've noticed in early recovery is people, like I said, so to go with the codependency thing, people, this is going to be perfect because my meeting's on the step 12 this week, but people step so far into step 12 of service work that they backburn themselves in trying to help other people in those type of relationships that they don't put themselves first and end up falling flat too. Because that is another form of like codependency in relationships, is trying to help all the sick and suffering and not give yourself time.
No, I totally see that one too. Anything else before I end the recording and the lives? Dope. Alright. I gotta find the record button. There's that.